That's the wrong one. My bad. Welcome to Nights of the Turntable, episode 38.
We know how this show is gonna go.
No, right? We're off to a fantastic start. But you know what? That was actually the perfect sound effect for this BS that I just read or heard right before we started the show. But before we get into that, with me I have Richard Bailey.
Yo, what's up?
And Joe Hova.
Dirty Sprite 2 is still in stores.
Future Street Team.
Yep.
100%.
Number one fan.
So thank y'all for tuning in to the Nights of the Turntable. Before I get started, I want to say thanks everyone for the feedback and stuff that y'all have given us ever since we started the show. Joe pointed out to me that it has been a year since we started this. I didn't realize that, but that's like
a little over a year now. I feel like we started in July.
Yeah, it was probably a little bit over, but you know, that year flew by.
Yeah,
and it's ridiculous. But you know, if y'all have questions about anything or anything y'all want us to address on the show, hit us in the comment section because we will do that on the following episode.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go ahead and jump into what we have in rotation. I'm pretty sure I have a pretty solid idea of what we got since something special came out today. But we'll start with you, Joe. What you listen
to? Still Dirty Sprite 2, still banging that. The Gunplay album still hits really hard. I've been listening to that in the gym quite a bit. I listened to Compton last night when I was at the gym to stream it. It's pretty solid. It's a little bit better than I expected it since Dre didn't give us an album since I was 12, I think. So yeah. And Classic. I've been listening to the Seasons LP a little bit here and there. So shout out to him. At I am Classic on Twitter. Go follow him. He's a cool dude.
Super close. Oh, funny story. So I posted, this thing on the Koalition or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I posted his music video, and a friend of mine from Milwaukee hit me up and was like, "Hey, I know," and she threw out his government name, and I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" I was like, what? Because I forgot she was from there, and she made me go look at her Facebook page, and she had posted his video and everything and like linked him and all this stuff.
It's always funny when they throw out the government name.
Yeah, I was like, she gave me the whole joint. It was wild, but small world. Shout out to Amanda, that was super dope because I think she's watched a few episodes of the show as well and supported it way back, so that's dope. But Richard Bailey, what you been listening to?
All right, I'm going to start with some of the usuals. Of course, some Kendrick, some Joey Badass. I've been listening to a little bit of Lupe, surprisingly, which is kind of funny. Also, Compton album as well. I listened to that today while I was at work, and I thought that was solid as well. Normally, I won't necessarily agree with Joe, so, this is a rare occasion. But yeah, Compton album, check that out. I heard Drake's Back to Back. I found that to be quite entertaining from start to finish. And last but certainly not least, I've been listening to that NWA mixtape that Mr. Kennedy, he got a couple singles on our site right now that he's going to be dropping. So
yeah,
that is he did an excellent job on these mixes. So if you plan on seeing Straight Outta Compton next week, I would highly recommend you check out that some of those singles. It's good stuff.
Yo, but is that a world tour or your girls tour?
Oh, that's a good question.
Hey, speaking of that, we got to get an update on Meek Mill's obituary and everything. But did y'all see what I posted on the site right before we started this?
Yes.
AR Ab responded to Meek Mill.
Oh, yeah, that. And he basically obliterated him.
He has been buried even further. And for some reason, and I take pride in my description of it because when I posted it, I was just flying at the limb, just typing up random-ish. And I was like, AR Ab runs down the ramp and slides in the ring basically to bury Meek Mill even further than he's buried himself.
Yo, and you know what's funny is like he's been standing up in the rafters like Sting this entire time, and then he runs and slides in the ring to bury him.
It's sad, man. And like I'm wondering, like, why is Meek Mill only saying things at these shows and not putting anything on wax and actually putting it out. Like I had a discussion with some people. As a matter of fact, I think I mentioned it in the group me too. I think he understands that he has lost this battle on the internet front. Like he can't compete with Drake in that space because he's not only getting attacked by Drake. Everybody's that like corporations, the fans, everybody on Twitter, everybody is destroying this dude.
It's been open season on Meek Mill.
And he started it. That still blows my mind.
And he's still dissing Drake. And here's the funny thing. He's not dropping diss tracks. He's doing it opening up for his girl.
Just making it so much worse. And playing right into it. Did someone say that apparently he's saying it's about Nicki now? It wasn't about rap?
Yeah. When he's the one who started it in the first place. Saying that it was about rap.
I feel like that makes it even worse.
Dude, because he has no clue what he's talking about right now.
Because I'm like, okay, you made it about rap, so Drake kept it rap, and you haven't responded anymore. Now you're making it about Nicki, but you're dating Nicki. Why are you beefing with Drake about someone you're with? It's not Drake didn't start this.
You know what this is though? This is like this is when you don't have a comeback when you're a kid, so you say, "Oh yeah, well your mom."
That's all it is. Like
that's all this is.
He's being childish, man. It's sad. Like Meek Mill's credibility. That's the only word I can think of, but that doesn't even sound fitting to me. Like his credibility is gone. He's done. That's a wrap. No pun intended. It's over. Oh. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. So actually, I'll give y'all a secret question first, and we'll have the answer to that question at the end of the show.
Okay.
I had to rethink one because Mos Def disappointed me in the utmost way.
Well, that's what happens when you spell your name Beyonce backwards.
Yeah, Yasiin Bey. So here it is. So Saha the Prince has taken shots at good music. Now, because of the fact that his album hasn't been released. And side note, that diss track was fire. I don't know if y'all listened to it.
Not yet.
Saha went in.
I try to limit my sci-hi verses.
Actually,
I can understand that.
I did listen to that. That was awesome.
Yeah, Saha went in. But he also took some shots at some other people in good music. So he took shots at Pusha T. I think somebody else.
I'm pretty sure Big Sean was.
Yeah, Big Sean as well.
He was.
All right, so I'm gonna flip this from the thing that I thought of earlier. So say for instance, Pusha T has to battle Saha, right? That's the ring. The secret question is this: if each one of them could only use one producer, which producer would you have them work with? All right, and they can be different ones for each guy. So like Pusha T work with one producer, and Saha work with another one. So y'all have to have an answer for that by the end of the show.
All right.
But let's go ahead and move into the first topic. To set it up, someone dropped a video where Mos Def / Beyonce backwards / Yasiin Bey said that he was the dopest. Like he said that he, Black Thought, and King Los would destroy anyone in hip hop and take them on in rap. And you know, the internet went abuzz with this. Lupe Fiasco, arguably one of the better lyricists in hip-hop, took the challenge, and now, today, right, the thing that pissed me off right before we started the show, Mos Def, Mos Beyonce has recanted his challenge. He said that the battle, the video that came out was a private conversation made public by someone. He didn't give permission for it. He basically was like, that was kind of like barbershop talk, and you know, it just got out of hand or whatever. And he kind of downplayed and kind of took shots at the whole battle rap aspect anyway, kind of minimalizing it. And that disappointed me because, you know, we have the Meek Mill thing, which turned out to be super childish. and it's getting more and more childish as things go on. Even though
Mom
Drake
goes to college.
right, and Drake buried the dude. So when Mos Def ushered this challenge, I was thinking, hey, we're gonna get something actually competition based, not some BS outside of hip hop, or like the Meek and Drake thing. Then he recanted, and I'm sad. So I'm hoping that Lupe will take this as an opportunity to issue challenge to other people. And the question I want to ask y'all is, who should he challenge? Or should Lupe even carry on this thing? And would y'all care to hear something in that arena? We'll start with you, Joe.
I don't know, because part of me wants to hear like Lupe challenge somebody, but another part of me is just like, I don't give a shit what Lupe does now because he's alienated his fans so much. I think if he were to issue a challenge to anybody, I don't know. I would like to see him go against Nas.
Really?
I would like to see him go against Nas.
See, that would be dope. That, man, my ears will perk up for that one. I'll definitely check out for that.
Now, here's the thing. Nas has nothing to prove, so he's not going to, he wouldn't fall for it. I mean,
yeah, but like that's the thing.
Bet, so
Mos Def's initial challenge, like one of my first thoughts was, these guys don't have anything to prove. Mos Def, Black Thought don't have anything to prove. King Los, yes,
like,
he's a younger artist.
Think about it. Have you ever heard a bad Black Thought verse? Better yet, a mediocre Black Thought verse?
No. This is my running thing with him. He's on Whack Verse Watch, and it hasn't happened. So, like, obviously they have nothing to prove. At this point, Lupe, I feel, is getting his fans back into it. Like, since he's gone independent now, I feel like he'll continue to be more in tune with his audience. Plus, the last time Lupe felt slighted by the hip-hop audience, we got some of his best verses. And that was Enemy of the State mixtape, if you remember that. So, I want to see someone challenge Lupe Fiasco. Because even B. Will, I'm sad he's not on tonight. But he tweeted something about it. He was like, I need somebody to be going at Lupe's neck so we can keep this mixtape Lupe going for the rest of his career, basically. And, I agree. Like, if you keep him challenged and keep people going at him, and I think we'll get better music.
Y'all want Lupe to keep climbing that Mortal Kombat ladder and just, like, not ending.
You know what? I got to get somebody to Photoshop that.
King Sung and Shao Kahn, and then there's just, like, their bosses and their bosses.
I'm going to get someone to Photoshop that for the featured picture for this. Thank you for that idea. And Kennedy, when I asked you to do this, blame Joe. It was his idea. But so, Rich, how do you feel? Do you want this to keep going? Who would you want to participate if it were to keep going?
Well, I mean, what Joe has already said, you can't say it any better. As far as Lupe alienating his fans, calling them out on the album, those that like his stuff and then those that didn't like it. So it'll be very hard to say, well, I want to see him do anything with this. In terms of who he should, again, Nas is an excellent choice. It's going to be very hard to top that, but if I have to make another choice, man. Well,
what's funny is that you could say Kendrick because technically Kendrick's dissing Drake right now on the Compton album.
Okay, so I heard people say that. Please clarify for me what was said that was Drake related, because I listened to all three of the songs multiple times. I didn't really catch a Drake shot.
Yeah, I didn't either, but it's kind of like the same way that they're saying that Kendrick was dissing Drake on the Buried Alive interlude.
Nah, I'm not gonna take that. I'm not gonna run with that one. Not just yet.
I think people are just digging on that. But
yeah, because look at when Kendrick dissed someone. The only time that Kendrick has legitimately dissed someone is on the BET Cypher when Papoose jumped stupid and Kendrick went directly at that dude on that show, and it wasn't very, subliminal. So I think if Kendrick was gonna go at somebody, we would know. There wouldn't be any doubt. You know what I'm saying? But so Rich, you're gonna let it be at Nas? You don't have anybody else you think you would add?
Yeah, no. I mean, I was going to say Kendrick, but Joe beat me to the punch.
Word.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, you good. That would be interesting because listening to Kendrick on that Compton album was just that was some great music. But you know, when he does this stuff with his voice and stuff, it's like, okay, yeah, that's interesting. So
I think a runner-up, you might get some good bars out of Eminem.
After hearing him on Compton?
I haven't heard that song yet still. I still have 3 songs left before I finish it.
Normal voice, non-stop rhyming Eminem.
So it's like 99, 2000 Slim Shady. I can dig that.
Yeah. And of course, in that Slim Shady fashion, he says a line in there that completely crosses the line.
Of course.
And he is getting... He's untouchable at this point, though. But, yeah, he definitely crossed the line.
And another honorary mention, just because I know that his fans would be psyched because they finally get some new fucking music from him, Jay Electronica.
We'll see. We'll see about that. There's a challenge to him. He'll respond like 3 years later with half of the challenge.
he'll send it on a carrier pigeon.
Yeah. But me personally, I'll throw people like Mick Jenkins and Chance. Like I would want them to start at home and get some of those Chicago artists some shine. So, you know, get them up there, get Tink involved and all those types of people.
And that's the thing, like with the Chance thing, like I like Chance's music. I don't think Chance is like super lyrical though.
No. I don't think it would be either. But these are also when I was thinking of this competition. Mm-hmm. Between Mos Def and Lupe, I wasn't thinking of anything with animosity. I thought it was just going to be something where they just display creativity. Of course, Mos and Lupe themselves would go super deep lyrically, of course. But I guess now I'm kind of going into the vein of just, you know, like have you ever seen like the YouTube ciphers with different artists and stuff? Mm-hmm. Where they take like a beat and they pass it on, they challenge other people. That's kind of what I'm thinking now. Just have everybody just rap over something and just put it out and just see who does the best. You know what I'm saying? So Chance is not super lyrical, but he would probably approach it in one of the more creative fashions than everybody else. Think about his Double XL, freestyle that he did. That was so, off base compared to everything else.
You know what Lupe should do? Get the All City Chess Club back together with this.
He could now. Asher Roth just dropped something. Cool Kids back together. Charles Hamilton's back. Like this would be the perfect. The only person he would be missing was. Yeah, please don't ask him to come back. I'm perfectly fine with him not coming back. He'd be missing Mickey Fax too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm perfectly fine with B.O.B. not coming back. Replace him with like Chance or something. Big old or Vic Mensa even. You know what? I'm asking about the Vic Mensa thing after the show. But yeah, we'll see what Lupe does with it because he accepted the challenge. He took the shots. Oh, by the way, shout out to those websites that have been saying that Lupe took shots at Drake when in the very next post he clarified that he did not take a shot at Drake. Shouts out to y'all for doing your jobs. Salute to you.
Clickbait.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and jump into the next topic. Simple question, and all the fans, if y'all are watching it and y'all watch this later, I want y'all to throw y'all's answers in the comment section too. But what is the most you've ever paid for an album or a concert? Both of them. I'll start off with mine. Album-wise, technically it would be Lasers, and I've told y'all why. Because I've purchased it 3 times. And concert would be the Glow in the Dark tour, which was Lupe, NERD, Rihanna, and Kanye. I spent like $150, I think, on that. But that's the last time that I spent over $50 for a show, though. Cause it was like I didn't like the arena thing because I was so far back I would have been better off watching on TV. But go ahead.
I work in radio, so I don't pay for concerts.
Lucky.
Anymore. technically, I mean, South by Southwest wasn't free. I fit my bill for that, and I seen a lot of shows, and I probably spent like, I don't know, I probably spent like 200 in gas round trip, and probably, let's see, 200 for the week. I probably spent like $400 or $500 for South by Southwest each time I went.
So what would you consider the biggest headliner from South by Southwest that you saw because of those trips?
That TDE show. That TDE
Yes.
show was amazing, and we almost died in a mosh pit.
We almost died. We almost died from standing up for hours. We almost died from the speakers being too loud.
I got shoved into the speaker.
Yeah, and we almost died from Schoolboy Q stiff arm in the front row.
Yeah, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, man.
Oh,
And
my
then,
goodness.
Then we almost died in a mosh pit at Travis Scott the next year.
This is true. That was fun, though. I would have died and been completely happy.
Yeah, me too. Well, I don't know, because that was kind of shitty to I listened to Travis Scott's music.
I enjoyed it then. Actually, I hadn't enjoyed him for real before then. I actually enjoyed his music afterwards.
Yeah.
But live, he's definitely better than like studio.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely better live. He puts on an awesome... That's actually the reason why I checked out his music.
Because of the show, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Richard Bailey, your answer, sir.
My answer. Yeah. So, album-wise, the most I paid, I want to say about 17, around 16, 17. One of the first albums that I bought was the Bratz original album.
Mm-hmm.
Don't really know if that was if I could go back in time now, I would probably tell myself don't do that. But it was okay. It was good. All of the Brat was good. As far as concerts, yeah, I remember this exactly. I spent about $70 to go to a Nas concert, but the reason why it cost that much is because Lauryn Hill also was there. And that was cool. This was right around the time where, you know, she had the whole thing about, they said she was stealing and do all this other stuff, but hey, she was still great. She had a great show, great performance, but of course she took over the show. You know, Nas was really, like, he really just the second act compared to her, but still a great show.
Word.
My girl bought me, for my birthday this year, she bought me ATLiens on vinyl and dropped like $20 on it. 23, I think.
Woo!
Because it was
I have
brand
that.
new. Yeah.
I have that, sir. I bought that brand new, too.
So
Matter of
that's
fact,
probably
if-
the most expensive one that I own.
If I hadn't have purchased Lupe's lasers 3 times, I think the most expensive thing I would have bought is either... No, ATLiens was right at $20.
Mm-hmm.
High Tech and Talib Kweli's Revolutions Per Minute album was like $25, I think. Because that was on vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot all about my vinyl collection. I've spent a decent amount on all that stuff. So, heck yeah, that's definitely the way to go, man. That sound is beautiful. It's crisp. All right, so now I got to get the secret answer from y'all.
All right.
What two producers would you have? Who's in Pusha T's corner, and who's in Saha the Prince's corner?
I'm gonna go with one producer for both of them and make it kind of like a challenge.
Okay, who?
No ID.
I think Saha would do better on No ID's production than Push, though.
I don't know, man. Because No ID had some production on one of them Pusha EPs or mixtapes at some point.
Did he? I'm gonna have to check that. I didn't know that. But like just off the top of my head, I can't imagine it fitting well. But No ID is pretty versatile, though.
Yeah.
He's been all over the place. Rich, your choice?
Kind of a tough one. You said between Sci-Hi, who was the other person?
Pusha T, push a ton of that shit to make
Oh,
it move.
Pusha T. Oh man, this guy. All right. I want to say DJ Premier. I think he'll be kind of good for Sci-Hi. He could be good for Pusha T as well.
I could definitely see him for Saha for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't expecting that choice though.
Yeah.
So would you use Primo for both of them?
Primo?
Yeah, Premier.
Yeah.
Use for both. All right, cool. I'm gonna cop out with my answer, and I'm gonna say Kanye West.
Man, that's lazy.
Oh man, yeah, Kanye. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
I think. All right, so I'll add a spin to it though. So he would do new production for Pusha T. I feel like Saha should be petty as hell and take old Kanye beats and like diss Kanye on them and Pusha T as well. So that's why I picked Kanye instrumentals.
No, you can't let Kanye do it because Sci-Hi's just gonna secretly sneak in there and get him anyway.
Snuff him out in the studio. Or steal whatever. Like he's gonna drop.
Think about this. Sci-Hi has a career because he was ghostwriting for Kanye, first of all. And he snuck in the studio after hours and said, "Hey, dude, put this beat on for me." And he rapped a verse, and Kanye didn't find it until like the very last minute before the album needed to be approved.
Is that legit? That really what happened?
That Sci-Hi verse on "So Appalled" or whatever song it is off of "My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy," he snuck that. He snuck the verse on there. That's the story. That's been the story.
I had no clue.
Are you serious?
No
Dude,
clue
yeah,
whatsoever.
Because I had never heard of Sci-Hi before, and then that story came out when the album dropped. Dude went into the studio after hours and tacked on a verse, and Kanye somehow liked it. That's how he has a career.
Wow.
Like, dude said, "I got a pocket full of Trojans," Matt Leinart. Like,
look, all right, to be completely honest, I have to say, if I had a guilty pleasure in hip hop, Sci-Hi the Prince's struggle bars are some of my guilty pleasures. No.
That's the thing. Like, we've played this game before. Like, count the struggle bars that Sci-Hi has. Like, and there's at least 2 in every song. At least. Like, that's why y'all were trying to get me to listen to that Mandela song, like, the last time we were at South by. And I'm just like, I'm not listening to the fucking Sci-Hi while I'm here on vacation. Like, it's not happening.
I'm trying to remember one of his struggle bars. I think she rode the broom on the beach. That's a sandwich. That's a Sci-Hi bar, sir. And a matter of fact, I think that's off the mixtape that Mandela was on. But still, that mixtape was. Look at Joe's face.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's worse than any Big Seanism. Any Big Seanism.
Hey, Big Seanisms are some guilty pleasure too, man. They're entertaining, dude.
Yo, I used to do rap like Big Sean, or I forget what I hashtagged it on Twitter, but there was one that went for like days that was just retweeted.
Yes,
I can't remember what it is for the life of me.
I know exactly what you're talking about, though. I think I participated in it, but I didn't know that you started it, though.
Yeah, I don't think I started it. I mean, it had been a thing, but like, I just like one day, I started doing it because I was bored, and I had a few free minutes before I went to work.
And it just picked up.
And it just picked up.
That's what happened. Just like the Dom Kennedy thing, too.
The Dom Kennedy thing. Oh, the rap like Dom Kennedy shit, too?
Yes.
Yo, the very first ever rap like was Cameron on Twitter, and that shit was hilarious.
I think I missed that one, man. I don't even know if I was on Twitter when that happened. I was late to the whole Twitter party, but let's go ahead and jump into final statements. Richard Bailey, you first.
Oh. Hey, thanks for having me on the show once again. Yeah, I'm enjoying these beefs, but I think that Meek Mill needs to just call it quits now. Stop embarrassing himself. But hey, I do look forward to some more beefs because I know that there's gonna be some more before all is said and done. And I'm looking forward to that new Kanye and Nas whenever these guys decide to actually drop the albums.
Word. We've been getting some good stuff, man. Like we got that Meek Mill. I mean, not Meek Mill. That Mac Miller.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
the Mac Miller, like his.
You are
Thank you, thank you. Hey man, all this stuff you've been doing, I'm surprised you were able to get in the studio and do that, dude.
Mac Miller. There you go.
Hey, calm that down, man. Mac dropped some fire. Joe, final statements.
Meek, your beef had a spark when it started, but now it's just garbage.
Oh.
That almost rhymed. You gonna do a beef track too?
A little bit, maybe. Also, JoeHovasMF.com. Check that out. Reviews, interviews, those are becoming a more frequent thing with some of your favorite indie artists. So, and also, hit the I annotation, support the Koalition.com. We're a bunch of great freaking writers out here.
Word to that. And check out Compton because it is worth it. Dre has been cooking in the studio for a long time, and this is detox. Because we're not getting detox. So this is your detox.
Dre cooked up for 16 years and didn't like this recipe and said, fuck this.
Right? And then completely just was like, fuck it, we're just going to do a soundtrack for the Compton movie. And it's fire. There's like not a weak song on the whole project. Even the song where it's just Dr. Dre, I think it's just him on there, on the last song. Like
the very last one, yeah.
Yeah, like it's completely dope. But we're going to do a first impression on that. We'll go deeper into Kendrick's verses, Eminem's verse, whoever had the best verse, King Mez, John Connor, all that stuff. So definitely stay tuned. We might knock that out tomorrow. But thank y'all for tuning in. Just like Joe said, hit the I annotation. We appreciate everything that y'all can donate to the show. As you can see, I'm rocking a Koalition shirt. There will be Knights of the Turntable shirts coming soon. Feel free to support those as well. I know we all gonna be rocking those. I'm giving you like 4 or 5 of them. I'm gonna keep those on for sure. But we appreciate it, and we will see y'all next time. Peace out.